It's Thursday. It's Mark Pyers. And it's real talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way to ease my mind
and help my living. It's real talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pyers Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 416 in a row of the Mark Pyers Real Talk show. And we're here to do what we've done every day for 416, guys. So just let the universe speak. Let's connect over here. Jeff is on. We got a nice group of people here on Instagram. I want you guys to head over to YouTube. I won't go anywhere. Subscribe and ding the bell. Because right now, as you can see, I'm like filming the screen here. It just doesn't sound that great. And I'm going to rock out on that beautiful thing in a few minutes, the BeatSeat, the drum you play with your hands and feet. And Saturday, I hope you guys will tune in and watch the NAACP Awards, where Her will be playing the BeatSeat. Can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see Her playing the BeatSeat. I'm going to be like, huh? Is that really going on right now? And yes, it is happening. So I'm very much excited about that. And I think it's at 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern time. I will be dropping a note out there to everybody when the time comes. Anyway, we're here for day 416. Guys, it's not going to be a super long episode today. I got an appointment at 6:30, which means I've got to leave around 5:45 today. We get about 45 minutes of real talk. So let's get a little something to live for going.
How often I forget the old days.
I love this part. Ready?
Lying in the field under the sun while the birds fly around and sing. There's something to live for.
Always something to live for, guys. You get up every day and you got to have a fire within you. If you want to get anywhere, you got to show your passion to the world. That's what I believe, at least. And today was an interesting day for me. I wanted to go live from my open house for you. Let's see what Jeff says. Oh, I see it's my man Mark's on. I wish I could read German, my friend. I will tell you this in your native tongue. Ich liebe dich for supporting the show. And listen, today I had an open house. My new listing in Westport, Connecticut. So excited about this, guys, because it's an unbelievable property. Let me see. I'm going to try to see if I can fix this thing here. Hold on. Are we going? So this property, just to give you a little background, okay? I was trying to tell you guys about this yesterday, and it didn't come together. Here's the story. About once or twice a year, my parents, my mother, my father, and my brother put out a renovation. Okay, they're really phenomenal at what they do, and the way I look at it is this. Okay, with Real Talk, I just let everything happen. I can feel where it's going to go, and creatively, hold on, we need Zabrowski, guys. Love that. Anyway, so once, twice a year, they do a renovation. And, you know, there are some people who like to build new. A lot of builders go out there and they love to build new. My father, my mother, my brother, they like to take homes that were built really nice back in like 1940, 1950, and then bring them to life again. And I think it's an artwork because most people it's easy to grab a set of plans, be like, oh, look, I'll take a piece of land, I'm going to build this. But to take something that was built in a certain way and to bring a whole new flair to it is a talent. And so this place, I mean, they went in there, and just to give you a little background, the house was on the market not as a house. It was on the market as a piece of land. So I couldn't even get in there. I called the agent. I said, look, I want to get in there to show my client this property. I'm sorry, we're not showing the house. It's a piece of land. It's a knockdown. What do you mean it's a knockdown? Well, we're not selling the house. We're not showing the house. Everyone believes it's a knockdown. This house is gross. We're afraid people, of anybody walking through it. I said, really? Geez. So somehow I convinced her after a few days of calling. I said, look, we don't like to knock down. This is my father and my mother. They like to renovate. They like to take something and just bring it to life. So please tell your clients to let us in. Okay, but I'm not going. You go in there and hopefully everything's okay. Just let me know. Agent hadn't even been in because they're selling it as a piece of land. If you see this property now, I want you guys to look it up. It's 147 North in Westport, Connecticut. And just take a look at what's there. This is an unbelievable house. It's a brand new house. This is a property that someone trying to get into Westport, Connecticut is going to, really, you're talking about basically a brand new house in an old body. It's crazy. Everything converted to gas, on-demand hot water, master on the first floor. The cupola, this is my favorite detail. You're walking up the stairs, you look up and you see this gorgeous cupola right up to the sky, and then there's this cast of light shooting up because there's lighting in the cupola. It's something you don't typically see in a house that's $1,199,000. And this is something that I think speaks to differentiation. Whatever price point you're in, you need to have a detail, some set of details that separate you from the rest. I talked to you about placement, shelf placement. It's the most important thing in real estate. And what do I mean by that? Well, when I walk into the food store, I can look at eye level. I'm always going to see the items that sell the most. They sell the most items. These are all the items. Doritos, Chips Ahoy, Coca-Cola. You name it. The biggest items, that's what you see at eye level. And I joke, you have to look around for the Funyuns. Where are the Funyuns? Does anybody even know? Are they Funyuns or Funyuns? Who knows what that really is? Regardless, you got to really search for them. Moose, how you doing? Thanks for joining the show. This is day 416 in a row. Subscribe and ding that bell on YouTube. Guys, we're starting to build it on YouTube, but I need you all to go to YouTube and subscribe, okay? Today, we're going to get some music on. I got some news stories for you. And like I said, it's not going to be a super long episode today because I've got an appointment still. So let me get into some news. I think I have 5 stories for you guys today, so I might as well get into that early on, okay? Get some music going here. So this is a good one, guys. I'm into anything that has to do with Egypt. It has to do with, mummies. I'm in. I want to hear anything that there is about mummies. I like it. King Tut, all that stuff. When I was a kid, I used to love this stuff. So let's see. Egyptologists think they may have found the secret chamber where Queen Nefertiti was buried. New evidence could help Egyptologists solve the long-debated problem of where Queen Nefertiti was buried. In February, a team of researchers discovered secret chambers behind the tomb of King Tutankhamun, better known as King Tut. The discovery comes after years of debate over whether King Tut's tomb contains Nefertiti's remains. For years, there has been a controversial theory about the famous 3,300-year-old tomb of King Tutankhamun, that Queen Nefertiti's remains are contained just behind the walls. A team of scientists led by Mahmoud Adel-Maladadi, former Egyptian Minister of Antiquities, seem to have recently confirmed the theory. The researchers surveyed the tomb with ground-penetrating radar and discovered a previously unknown space near King Tut's burial. The uncovered area is roughly 7 feet high and 33 feet long. The theory of Nefertiti's burial was first advanced in 2015 by British Egyptologists who said that there could be a secret chamber behind King Tut's tomb. The theory was backed up by initial research later that year, and 3 years later, in a sudden scientific twist, a different team found evidence refuting the theory. Using radar, Franco Porcelli and his team spent 3 years exploring the area around the pharaoh's tomb and concluded there was nothing there. It is maybe a little bit disappointing, he told NPR in 2018. But on Wednesday, Al-Mantadi's team entered the fray. The scientific journal naturally saw details of his team's brand new and unpublished report, which revealed more evidence of the secret enclosure that could contain Nefertiti's remains. The team presented their research to Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities earlier in February. The groundbreaking finding is tremendously exciting, said Ray Johnson, an Egyptologist at the University of Chicago, who was not part of the research team. I love how they always ask someone who wasn't part of the research team. What the heck does this guy know? Oh, I studied it. Well, were you there when they found the remains? I'm just kidding. It is tremendously exciting. Ray Johnson's correct. The Egyptologist from the University of Chicago who was not part of the research team. He's correct. So King Tut's tomb was first discovered nearly a century ago in 1922. The pharaoh himself died mysteriously at the age of 19 in 1323 BC. After ruling the throne for 10 years, experts believed he died of gangrene, though they previously thought he had been murdered. Dun, dun, dun. Although some are delighted by the new finding, others remain skeptical. The technology that El Damatati's team used is not reliable, according to Zaha Hawass, who is also, I remember that guy, former Egyptian antiquities minister. It has never made any discovery at any site in Egypt. Well, listen, it would be pretty cool if they found Nefertiti's remains. I'm just saying. What else do we got over here, guys? Anything going on in the real world? This is crazy. Check this out. I talked to you guys about how we are aliens. Seriously, we're all aliens. What do you mean, Mark? We're all aliens. Well, what I mean is, come on, look at us. We're all different. We all look different, but we all feel the same, right? We've grown into one species, but we started as many. Whoa, what is going on? Am I still here? I don't know. I may be still alive, but something happened here where this was telling me I got disconnected. Anyway, if I'm here with you still, I hope I am still here with you. Sorry. Should have had the cough when I was off the air. Look, yeah, I was off the air. Unbelievable. You know what? It's unbelievable that this happens right in the middle of I don't even know. Right in the middle of it, guys. Stick with me here. I'm still here with you. Let's get back into it. Ancient interbred aliens, whatever. I'm just saying we are absolutely... We come from many, not from one. We're not just humans. Ooh, we were this. No, we are... They say like humans and Homo sapiens, Homo erectus. These were all different human species. And eventually we created what we see today, but it's a mix of many. And I think we're live again. Let's just confirm. Am I live? I don't think it's live again. Something weird is going on, guys. Something happened here. Let's see. Wow, this is very, very odd. I don't know what's happening here, guys, with my system. Hopefully, you're still with me. And if not, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, yeah, look. I was live, and then now I'm not live, and now I'm live again. How about that? Well, I don't know what's going on with my system today, guys. Something weird. Something weird is going on. So I was trying to tell you, I'm at this open house earlier. I had all my equipment set up. I'm ready to go live with you. I had cameras facing this way, facing that way. I had my camera ready to go. I had them light on, ready to go. And all of a sudden, it's like agent after agent comes in. And my first thought was, look, I want to get agents on. Let's have a conversation. You know what I mean? I want to hear what they think of the house. I want to have like a little dialogue on the Real Talk show. I printed out all these non-disclosure whatever things, so it's okay that they're on the show. I'm not going to get in trouble for bringing them on. And I put up a sign saying, look, there's a live broadcast right now. So if you want to be on, sign this doc and you can be on the show. If not, just walk through and wave, basically. And then I didn't get to do it. So I took all my equipment there. It takes a while to break this stuff down and set it up, guys. It's not easy to do that. Set it all up and didn't even get to use it. But I'm here with you now. And let's get back to our silly story here about the ancient human interbred. Let's see, I didn't even really get into this. So our human evolutionary lineage includes many species and relatives. Let me see if I could fix the way this looks for you guys here. Hold on one second. I don't like when I see these like things flashing on the top. This should look a little better for us all. Let's see. What do you got, pal? How about that? Good? There we go. Scientists already knew that modern humans interbred with Neanderthals and Denisovans 40,000 to 60,000 years ago. But a new study reveals that the ancestors of Neanderthals and Denisovans also interbred with a mysterious population of ancient humans in Eurasia much earlier, 700,000 years ago. It's the earliest known example of mating between different human populations. Our evolutionary history is full of interspecies sex. Different human ancestor species seem to have mingled and mated far more than anthropologists previously realized. Neanderthals interbred with modern humans. Homo sapiens had sex with Denisovans. And 700,000 years ago, according to a new study, a population of ancient humans mated with a distinct unknown population that had separated from other human species at least 1 million years prior. What? I want to read that one more time to you. 700,000 years ago, a population of ancient humans mated with a distinct unknown population that had separated from other human species at least 1 million years before that. How could they have split up 1 million years before? Like, how do they come up with this? There's been 2,000 years, right? We're talking about 2,020 years since Christ walked around the planet Earth. And they're trying to tell us that 1 million years went by between, come on, maybe say 1,000 years. Like, that's palatable. Don't tell me 1 million years went by and then all of a sudden this race, this alien race showed up and then they just mated. Just seems a little weird that they would have even numbers like that. Oh, it was exactly 1 million years prior. And 700,000 years ago. I mean, I know we're trying to round up or down in order to just let the people understand what's going down. But how about a little bit of accuracy? You're scientists here. 674,962 days and 5. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little something. All right. 700,000 years ago, 1 million years prior. Like, seriously? This just blows my mind because I hear all these different theories about how long intelligent humans, like, really, it's crazy. I bet you that's always been the way it is, guys. It's always been the way it is. Neanderthal man. Phil wants to hear me do a cover of Neanderthal man. I'm going to have to look that up, my brother. Have to look that up. I want to say something I think is kind of interesting right now. We sit here and we try to like look into the mindset of somebody 700,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago, or what the Neanderthal was thinking, or how a whatever was thinking, a Denisovan. I have a feeling that there were some bright minds in all of these species. And we could sit there with our, with our stick and go, you weren't this, you didn't have that, we had this. But I still think it's almost like when I remember growing up as a kid, I would hear conversations go on and I'd hear stuff like, oh, you could talk. They're just kids. They don't know what's going on. I knew exactly what was going on. I understood all the words they were talking about. I understood the feeling behind the words. I could feel their anger. I could feel their happiness. As a 4 or 5, 6, 7 year old, I wasn't that I learned all of these things. Just a lot of it's innate. And I wonder if throughout time, all of these different species had an intelligence that is far beyond what the current scientific community believes. Why? I just think that's the case. I don't know. I just feel like we probably think they were all idiots. Well, the Denisovans, they used to bang their heads against trees. Oh, did you hear about the Neanderthals? They used to crap in bushes. Like, I don't know, but I'm sure they're all thinking like, oh, well, we Homo sapiens were so much smarter than them and blah, blah, blah. No, maybe we were just lucky. Maybe they got wiped out by an asteroid and we didn't, or maybe something happened where, they were invaded by this other species a million years, whatever. We don't know what happened. Nobody knows because they didn't keep records. Nobody has any information. Dr. Jeremiah Sitchin, do you guys know this name? Zachariah Sitchin? What's his name? Maybe Phil knows. I think it's Jeremiah. Dr. Jeremiah Sitchin, he's since passed. He's extremely, he was like a very interesting guy, scientist, but he was also one of the only maybe 5 or 10 people, I believe, that was able to read ancient Sumerian text. Just take it and be like, oh, yeah, like here's a stone tablet of ancient Sumerian text. Phil said Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That's true too, but Jeremiah Sitchin would read this text. He could read off of stone tablets. And I remember reading this or watching this really, this is a documentary that was only at the Fairfield Library, and someone can still get it. Like, Phil, you can go up there and get this because anybody in Connecticut has access to any library. You can go there with your library card and look for, I'm going to have to look for this, something, ancient alien species. Ancient alien species and something with Dr. Jeremiah Sitchin. And this isn't like the 1980s VHS tape that was converted to DVD. And he's there talking to a crowd of people, and he's just dropping some serious, really? A lot of stuff like that. Like, he'd say things like, yeah, everyone talks about how technology was Stone Age, and, look, what they were doing, you're looking at stone tablets, look, we have cell phones, and he's like, yeah, but, in a million years, like, think about it. Where's your cell phone going to be in a million years? Where are your TVs going to be? Where's everything that you're working? Where is it all going to be in a million years? It's going to be dust. It's going to be gone. But those stone tablets will still be here. He said, so he's like, who's got the better tech? Whose tech is going to last the test of time? But he was able to read these. He said there were thousands undeciphered still texts and all of these stone tablets, and some of them would say stuff like the Earth is the 7th planet, and that there were 10 planets. And they would consider, I believe, or 11 planets, they would consider the moon a planet. They'd consider the sun a planet. And this is where it went off the deep end. He believed that there is a planet out there called Nibiru that is on an elliptical orbit that comes around like every 3,600 years. It gets close enough to Earth. And that's where we come from. That they come from there and they drop people off over here. Anybody ever heard this? Michael, what's up, buddy? This is a really interesting documentary, but my favorite one was the 7th planet. And he said the only person that would call us the 7th planet is somebody who comes into our solar system and passes Pluto. And they're on their way in, and all of a sudden we're 7th in line. And so it was a very interesting way of thinking, and I just love the way some people are deciphering things. Now, this poor guy, he's no longer with us. Who else is out there to read these texts? That would have been something, if I could go back to college now, I'd be like, look, I want to learn ancient Sumerian. What the hell do you want to learn that for? Well, there's like 5 people in the world that can read it. So I think there's value in that. I think there'd be some value in me learning some ancient Sumerian. I'm just saying. And now, so look, if you're just joining the show, we interbred with an ancient alien species, ancient human species, whatever you want to call it, 700,000 years ago. And it was a species just prior. Where the heck they went under, just like, somehow we continue to survive. Oh, look, there's 90 million, billion, zillion generations. Like, theoretically, if we've just always been here, just running from the dinosaurs and then hiding from the ice age, and we've just survived through it, and our great whatevers just happened to stick, like, keep their head above the ground. Think about this. Think about, for us to be alive today, how many people had to make it, had to stay alive and create another life for you to be here today. You can't even count the generations. Where we truly begin. That's a mind-blowing thing to just try to start envisioning that. Go back beyond your parents, to your grandparents, to their parents, to their parents. I'm already starting to be like, wait a second, that's like 1800, 1820. Like, I don't know. And if it's been millions of years, forget going back to ancient Babylon. Forget going back to the Sumerians. That's like 6,000 years ago, guys. I think that was about 6,000 years ago. Who knows? The ancient Sumerians. I'm pretty sure that was about 6,000 BC, somewhere in that range. So maybe it's been about 8,000 years. 8,000 years since the Sumerians. And we're talking about a 1,000,000-year difference between these two races. I don't believe it. I'm just saying. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Let's move on to the next story, though, because we've got 3 more to get to, guys. This is something just because of where we are right now. Oh, cool. Thank you, Restream. Oh, very cool. I appreciate you, Restream. You're rocking it out. I've been working with Restream here, guys, for about 2 months since I started this on YouTube. And we're on 9 social media platforms at the same time. I appreciate you all. I don't know what this is. Can I click on this? I'm going to just click this. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, I appreciate it because Restream just sent me a nice little tweet here, a little chat on the chat window. And we're here together, guys. Day 416 in a row. I am trying to get in touch with Restream about something specific because LinkedIn, I'm sending this platform to LinkedIn, but it's in a beta process right now where they only turn on a few accounts for live. I assume they're doing it to see how it works and to test people who are using their live. And I would feel like if you had somebody who was live every single day, you'd be like, you know what, that's a good test pilot. Let's just check on this guy and see how it's going. Maybe there's a glitch here. Maybe it doesn't sound great. Maybe the audio, maybe the video is doing some sort of thing. Like, why give access to someone who's going to do it once a month or once every 6 weeks? Oh, I'm going to go live today. Wouldn't you want to? So I sent an email to them and they're like, oh, we're in a beta stage. I'm like, who cares? Just turn mine on. And I have a couple people that have theirs on. They're like, yeah, I don't know. It just was on one day. And I'm like, well, who do I got to speak to at LinkedIn? Be like, dude, just turn my beta live on. I'll give you some sort of feedback, a weekly. Hey, look, I had X amount of people check it out. These people thought this. No, whatever. But anyway, so I'm going to try to figure out, maybe Restream has that access because I saw something good happen with them the other day with Restream and LinkedIn, a connection that they made. Anyway, Michael, you are the best, buddy. This is a pretty cool thing I want to share with you guys. Everybody always talks about leap year. What is leap year? Well, leap year is, every 4 years, right? Every 4 years we skip or we add a day, right? We add a day every 4 years. Let's read about it. A simple animation by a planetary scientist reveals what would happen without leap years. December would eventually drift into summer. I guess that tells you the whole story right there, guys. May not have to say anything else. Leap Day is on February 29th. A simple animation, well, I already told you that part. The animation reveals how leap years realign our calendars with the equinoxes and solstices to keep up with Earth's changing seasons. Without leap years, December would drift into summer in 400 years. February 29 comes once every 4 years for a good reason. Without it, December would eventually drift into summer. And then they made an animation, which I'm not going to bother playing. Hey, Hotsy, how you doing? So glad to have you on the show. This is day 416 in a row. I would love it if you head over to the YouTube channel, subscribe and ding the bell over there, because that's where the show goes. I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes, guys, because I have to get to my next appointment. I have to leave in about 15 minutes. So let me do this quick story for you. Basically, we need those leap years. If you got rid of the leap year by 400 years from now, if this planet's still here based on the way we're treating each other, doubt it. We're talking about 2,420. By 2,420, we'd have a December that was in the middle of summer. So that's that. Let's move on to the next one, guys. This one is kind of cool. We're getting into the outer space. You know how I love anything in the outer space. I want to go to the outer space. I want to be in the outer space. Not in outer space, in the outer space. So check this out. Scientists eye the Martian underground in a search for alien life. The subsurface offers a protected and possibly habitable environment. The search for present-day life on Mars is heating up, and for good reason. An improved knowledge of Mars' geographic diversity and history, a better appreciation of life in extreme environments here on Earth, and a sharp focus on sensitive life detection methods are all bolstering the Mars life hunt, giving scientists more reason to think that they just might find something. I would love to see them find something on the Martian soil because that's where the Martians, that's where it came from. Hello. Still, the issue of life on Mars demands new scientific concepts and knowledge concerning where to explore on the red planet and what to measure. Astrobiologists and other experts tackled some of these issues last November during a conference at the National Cave and Karst Research Institute in Carlsbad, New Mexico. On the meeting agenda was a discussion of how to best test for extant life on Mars. With or without the benefit of collection systems, such systems include complex and pricey Mars sample return effort that officially kicks off this summer with the launch of NASA's Mars 2020 rover. Listen, bottom line, guys, they're looking for something underground in Mars. Pumped about this because I want to find life somewhere else. I just want to prove to you guys that we're not alone. We are absolutely not alone. So, okay, what happens to us, guys, if an asteroid was just to drop itself all over our faces? We're not going to be here for very long is the bottom line if that happens. So here's the story. MIT system predicts the best way to deflect an inbound asteroid. Very, very scary, but I'm glad they have a plan in place because it's not going to be like the movie Armageddon, I would imagine. Maybe. I don't know. If science fiction movies had taught us anything, it's the saving Earth from a killer asteroid that's going to take some big drills and possibly nuclear weapons. Thankfully, if a particularly large space rock ever were to threaten Earth, our plan of attack would probably be a bit more level-headed. That is, as long as we saw the threat far enough in advance. A team of researchers from MIT has thought long and hard about how to save the Earth from a killer asteroid, and they've come up with a plan. And that wouldn't require any particularly drastic measures. The key to the plan is to be able to spot the object well ahead of time. Well, obviously, thanks, buddy. Ooh, it's going to be here tomorrow. Good luck on that one. The idea is that studying the path of the asteroid will eventually impact Earth. Scientists could pinpoint a location before which the object could be easily diverted. This location is known as a keyhole passage, or a window in space through which the asteroid would pass that would indicate it was on a collision course with our planet. People have mostly considered strategies of last-minute deflection when the asteroid has passed through a keyhole and is heading towards a collision with Earth. I'm interested in preventing keyhole passage well before Earth impact. It's like a preemptive strike with no mess. This method for diverting an asteroid from an impact with Earth would require much observation, and scientists would need to know a lot about the space rock in order to determine whether such a mission would save Earth. That means knowing how large the asteroid is in mass. If an object could be identified before it passes through the keyhole, the chances of diversion are much greater than if astronomers spotted the rock later on. Missions to launch small impactors to push the rock off to a different course would work well for objects spotted early. But that means being able to spot those rocks as soon as possible. This is not going to happen, guys. Do you hear all the time? They're like, yeah, we almost got hit by something this week. Like, what? Huh? What happened? Yeah, you almost got knocked out of life. Planet, gone. All right, guys, I'm playing you something real quick because I got to get going to my appointment. Here we go. A little real talk music for you. Alrighty. chicka. Chicken fried rice. I like chicken fried rice. You wonder why I sit alone in the doorway. The world roll by. A sense of sovereign that's regal, warm embrace. We all fall from grace. Sometimes you're different when you least expect it. Sometimes you need a change of pace. Let it all slow down. Hey, let it all slow down. All slow down. From the top of the world, I'm looking down. Lonely standing on the ground, staring up at the bright lights. From the top of the world, I'm looking down. Let it all slow down. Hey, let it all slow down. All slow down. Walk to the beat of a different drum. No one can stop what I've begun. It won't be a fake, won't cut and run. No one can stop what I've begun. Sometimes you're different when you least expect it. Sometimes you need a change of pace. Let it all slow down. Sometimes you're different when you least expect it. Let it all slow down. Hey, let it all slow down. All slow down. Top of the world, up and down. Ooh, it's kinda lonely standing on the ground, staring up at the bright lights. From the top of the world, I'm looking down. We all slow down. All slow down, we all slow down. Sometimes you're different when you least expect it. That may be it for me, guys, because I gotta get going.
Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice a day. Love me 2 times, girl. I'm blown away. Love me 2 times, girl. One for tomorrow, one just for today. Love me 2 times, and I'm blown away. Love me 1 time, could not speak. Love me 2 times, my knees got weak. Love me 2 times, girl. Last me all through the week. Love me 2 times, and I'm blown away. Love me 2 times, and I'm blown away. Oh, love me 2 times, and I'm blown away.
Oh, I love you guys. Dave, what's going on, buddy? And Sonny, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. I love you. You know it. I hope you know it. I'm here with you every day for the rest of my days. I have a couple people today, and it was funny. I want to just share something. I had a great conversation with Roberto, one of my colleagues, and he's like, you know what? I love the positivity thing. He's like, that's great. Maybe drop the motivation. He's like, I don't really need the motivation. I was telling you guys, like, look, you can reach to like a whole part of the world, but there's some people who are gonna gravitate towards some of your content, and then others that are just not connecting with that. And the positivity, I think, is what everybody needs. Everybody needs positivity. Suzanne, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. This is awesome to see everybody pooping on over here onto Facebook. I was trying to say popping. I think if everybody went on to YouTube and subscribe and you ding the bell, that would be amazing. I'd be very, very excited about that. But listen, live every day for 416 days. We're closing in on 500. We're closing in. Every day we get closer. And so I just think that I can't label this show. It is a variety program. You're talking, look, every day there's something different. Today I didn't have any of this, but who else is going to bring stuff like this to you?
Donald Trump. Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil.
3rd time's the charm?
I love this bit.
Is.
Perhaps.
Dr. Evil. We're having an issue with the evil monitor.
Oh, Donald, hold on 1 moment. Number 2 says we're having a problem with the evil monitor.
Ooh, an evil monitor. What's that? Dr. Evil Trump needs his own evil monitor.
Wait, what are you wearing?
It's Dr. Evil Trump.
You're freaking wearing Dr. Evil's clothes.
Look, I know you took my wardrobe. This is what I wear at night. Yes, it is a wig. You know you stole your character from Dr. Trump. Dr. Evil, what is an evil monitor? I've got to get one. Is it on Home Shopping Network?
My evil monitors were built from you. Hello? Donald? Number 2, he did it. He did it again, number 2. Motherfucker!
Seriously? Like, you can't beat that. Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil Trump. And that's just part 3, guys. Like, this saga continues. Last couple weeks ago, we did What About Bob? Dr. Marvin. Dr. Leo Marvin. Bob, I don't treat patients on vacation, Bob. Who does Richard Dreyfuss? This guy. Anyway, listen. I'll be back tomorrow for day 417, which, by the way, is Friday night. I don't know if it's going to be a Friday night or if I'm doing a show from the studio. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a studio show. And what we're probably going to do is just rock out some music here on the BeatSeat, just like we just did. But
Donald Trump.
Oh, all right, Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil. We're having a problem with the evil monitor. I couldn't believe I thought of that, like the evil monitor. And then I was like, well, geez, that's funny.
Ooh, evil monitor. How do I get my own evil monitor? Dr. Evil.
Dr. Trump needs his own evil monitor. I need to just monitor all evil from my house. I want to sit in my White House and just monitor evil. Can I do that? Just get me an evil monitor. Donald Trump's evil monitor. That's what I'm looking for. We don't have one of those, you stupid moron. I'm Dr. Freaking Evil. So this is just where the show's going, guys. Variety. It's not about anything specific. So when someone asks me in the future, what's your show about? I'm going to say life. This show is about life on a daily basis. I talk to you about what's going on in my life. Real estate transactions, new listings, people stepping on my throat on the way to their happiness. And we're going through what's actually happening in our lives. So yeah, it's inspirational. There's a lot of motivation. You may not be in it for the motivation. There's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of music on the BeatSeat. You're going to come onto this program on a daily basis and say, what is coming next? Because I have no idea. And the reason I can tell you that you're going to say that is because I don't know what the heck's coming next. Unscripted for 416 days. I don't have any. I'm not looking at anything. Okay, what am I going to talk about next? We just get on and go for 416. Writing songs, creating songs in real time. And I just think this is what I meant to do. Just took me 40 years to figure it out. For us, it is a journey to understand self. It takes something that most of us don't want to put in, time and effort. But remember, the Real Talk, one of my Real Talk quotes, time plus effort equals result. Can't get to the result without either of those two things. And talent is a portion. It's a very small piece of that puzzle. Your talent is like the least of it. It's the effort you put in, and it's the time, and it's never giving up. Don't listen to any of the people telling you you're not going to get there, kid. You don't have what it takes. I don't see it. If you believe, and if someone out there believes in you, and you believe in you, that's all that matters. Remember, that one person, those 5 people, those 10 people that have X to say about you are 10 out of 7 billion. You want to make an impact? Go after the other 6,999,990 people. Because those people you can impact. Those people haven't heard from you yet. We're reaching out, right? Daily. Reach out. Just reach out and give. Put yourself out there and just feel better. So the thing I can tell you, what I have gotten out of 416 here is I feel better every single day because I'm trying to make an impact. Whether I am or not, whether someone is getting something out of what I'm doing is the whole other part of it that I can't control. But I'm doing my part to affect a positive change one person at a time. And Suzanne, I'm so glad to see you on, and Dave, and Sonny, Michael, and Phil, of course. Phil, I'll see you on Saturday. I'm going to be on Phil's radio program on Saturday. It's not going to be live Saturday, but I'm going on to be interviewed Saturday, and he'll be broadcasting that at a later date. I'll be letting you guys know about that. And I'm really excited to be on someone else's program. Like, I can't wait to be interviewed by more people, and can't wait to interview more people here. So if you guys have anybody you want to see on the Real Talk program, I will interview anybody. I met a guy the other day who makes his own sauces. And I just don't, okay, look, I got this kick right now where I think spicy mayo on like a bacon, egg, and cheese is the best thing in the world. Has anybody ever had that? Holy cow. Put spicy mayo on your next bacon, egg, and cheese, and you'll never want to just eat a bacon, egg, and cheese with something else again. Like, I'll never have ketchup again on a bacon, egg, and cheese. Disgusting. Spicy mayo. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. If you guys haven't had that, I'm making my own spicy mayo now. I'm just saying. So listen. It's amazing how little things like this start to grab your like taste buds, and you're like, okay, now I'm like really into this thing with spicy mayo. And so I've been making, spicy mayo. Isn't this crazy? I'm like making spicy mayo. Why? Because it's so freaking good. I'm starting to think about putting it on other things. Like what else can I put? I'm like having those little thoughts like, I wonder if I could put spicy mayo on that. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with it, but it tastes good, guys. I had a piece of pepperoni pizza earlier today, and I was like, I wonder what spicy mayo would be like on there. I would never put spicy mayo on pizza. Although I will tell you, when I worked for my father's construction company, some of his workers would put mayonnaise on their pizza. Have you ever heard of this before? What the hell's going on out there? Mayonnaise on your pizza? But they would do it. And honestly, I just couldn't do that myself. I got to get out of here, guys. I got to get home. I got to get to this next appointment, and it's already 5:50. So look, tomorrow, day 417, Friday, I will see you. Don't forget, topics, songs. If you want to hear songs during the show tomorrow, let me know. This is Real Talk. Variety show, inspiration, just something to make you feel better than you did before you tuned in. I'll see you tomorrow. It's Mark Pyers. And it's Real Talk.